Sibert. We're on the south side of Roberts Cutoff Road, overlooking the beautiful valley of the West Fork of the Trinity River. In the distance, you can see the dam that was built in the year 1914 to provide a reservoir for the city of Fort Worth. The lake behind it is called Lake Worth. And beyond the lake, if I zoom in on it, you can see the Naval Air Station, Fort Worth. There's a runway that runs north and south. This was built in 1941 and was called the Tarrant Army Airfield. We're at Northside High School. Horace, nicknamed Stump Carswell, was born in Fort Worth in 1960, and this is where he went to high school. His nickname was Stump, and with a dubious name like that, I can imagine he was probably a lot of fun to be around, and you could easily tease with him. His great natural ability was in playing football. In fact, the night of November 18th, 1933, back then it was called Armistice Day, now we call it Veterans Day, he scored the winning touchdown in the game against Wichita Falls. This made him the town hero. Here in the great distance you can actually see the Naval Air Station, which had been named after him. We're atop the Holland Street Bridge overlooking the Clear Fork of the Trinity River. You can see downtown Fort Worth in the distance. When Horace Carswell graduated from high school, he went for a year to Texas A&M University. However, he wasn't quite big enough to make the football team there, so he came back here and went to Texas Christian University. Now, here he did very well. He majored in physical education, and you can see the stadium there in the distance. And in his last year, 1939, he was on the football team that included two famous future football players. One became a pro, the other one was the Heisman Trophy winner. Now, before he graduated, he met the beautiful beauty queen named Virginia. They got married in 1941. We're at the Vintage Flying Museum at Meacham Field in Fort Worth, Texas. Here we're looking at a restored B-24 Liberator bomber, very, very similar to the one which Stump Carswell and his crew of 12 flew. This is the Naval Air Station at night. This is a view from the north. This is what a pilot would see if approaching the runway. We're looking straight down the runway. You can hear the wind and you see that it's pretty dark. Okay, imagine that my nice blue towel is the vast Pacific Ocean east of China at night. And going northward up the coast of China, up toward Tokyo, is a convoy with a Japanese oiler filled with petroleum products, taking it back to Japan. It was desperately needed, and is escorted by maybe 9 or 10 other ships, of which we have a couple of destroyers shown here. Okay, Carswell and his crew on his B-24 came in from the west, caught the convoy completely by surprise. It was a single airplane strike, and they were trying to get the tanker because they wanted to destroy that oil and keep it from going to the Japanese. However, something went wrong, and instead they hit one of the destroyers. It was a mistake, and they went on and got out of the way. Well, now they had a critical decision to make. Do they go back to China and report failure, or do they circle around and come back and strike again? Well, the first time they went by, they caught the Japanese by surprise, but now they would never again catch them by surprise. They were waiting. So they came in again, this time with better aim, and everything in the Japanese convoy was shooting at them. However, they were successful, and they destroyed the Japanese tanker. However, in the process, they lost 2 of their engines and started leaking fuel. The co-pilot was severely injured, and they were limping back to China.